team.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is Tuesday, May 21st, 1:11 here on the West Coast. That means it's 4:11 out. I've been on the East Coast. Ben, how we doing today, buddy?
Doing good, doing good.
That's good to hear. It's been a pretty sick trading run. I've murdered this run. We've been in this momentum market to the upside. I'm pretty proud of the way I called it. And I finally started taking some stuff off the table today, heading into these NVIDIA earnings tomorrow. Even though it looks amazing and the chart looks really good, these momentum trends can change quick, but everything looks really good. So, without further ado, let's get into some charts.
So,
All right, so here's the SPY, S&P 500. And then let's take this moving average down to the 5-day, which is only used for pure momentum, is the 5-day moving average. The moving averages that are very important right now to this market are the 50-day and the 5-day. So let me break this down real quick. When we went through this breakdown stage in the market, right here-ish, whatever it was, we went in this consolidation phase, and is this going to be the start of a bigger pullback? Is it going to be a buy the dip situation? And it ended up being extreme buy the dip situation. This is what we really nailed. Was the day after. Here's the Fed, the Wednesday. No, here it is, this Wednesday, and then here's the Thursday after. And this turned into a complete buy signal for the market. This is the market changing right here. The important part is that we gapped up and we held this gap, the power of gaps. And now we're seeing the power of gaps to the upside. So then we broke through the 50-day to the upside. That was important resistance. It's been supporting us this whole move here. We broke it down, chopped under the 50-day. We break back above it. And now what we got here? We got this momentum uptrend working. And I'm using the 5-day moving average right here. And it just supported the whole way up. And it's just been a very, very clear-cut trade. Market's responding. Bears are very upset. It's very obvious whenever I see anybody, But right now, riding out this trend, we got a little gap down today. And, we just bought back up. Bought right back up, which is, a clear sign the trend is intact. I did take a lot off the table today just because, it's been a really great run. I'm much more micro in my trading. And these NVIDIA earnings are just a market event. NVIDIA is the big news tomorrow. Got this beautiful, beautiful chart setting up. I mean, this looks like it's going to open up Thursday at like $1,200. Just by the chart right here. But the 10-year, let me lose this moving average. 10-year, we broke this extreme move to the upside, much similar to last time. And this was our signal to be risk on. This coincided with that gap and go to the upside. And since then, we've been trending lower. Now, is this going to be a bounce? Is this, what's the move from here? I don't know. The lower rates go, the higher the market goes. It's pretty simple as that. We have Fed minutes tomorrow. That's the big thing. Real quick, I'm just going to go through a bunch of the trades that are just, have absolutely been murdered. So I saw some people complaining. And it's been such a sick run this month. Firstly, this PSCG is absolutely sick. We crushed this one through 55. I took a bunch of profit here on the way up. We got its first test today. And what's it do? Gaps down to 58, a level that previously was extreme resistance. Now huge support. So full stop below 58 there. There's Google. I bought this one this day. I got out of most when it broke this down, but still just riding higher. New highs begetting new highs. Not a bearish thing at all. Don't let the people fool you. This is not bearish. I forget who called this out. Someone called this out though, and this TSCL, he said it was looked like a shake setup. I was like, this is absolutely a shake setup. Strong move higher, consolidates the move, turns this previous resistance area into new support. We buy through this high right here, and I'm still sitting with this one. I've moved my stop up to this 274 right here. Looks great. Just kind of consolidating for the next move, it looks like. This PHIN from way back here is the importance of riding winners. We bought it this day, and I'm just sitting. I'm just sitting. My stop here is below 44. Been a sick trade. I did get out of some that day, and I kind of messed up the trade. But I'm just trying to show the power of the winners lately.
Mhm.
This Costco Dave called out way back when. Sick move right here. You know, just riding higher. I took most off into this retest, still sitting with some. But look at it, just riding higher. All these things look very good. The Spotify we bought here. Missed the ad opportunity this day, but still riding higher. So continues to set up, looks really great. I got murked in the sweet green today. It stunk. I had a nice little setup going. Bought this yesterday off the open. And you know, came back. I kicked some yesterday, kicked like 10% yesterday above 34. I got some intraday a little bit, so it was a bit break-even trade, but I caught some slippage on that. Caught 20-cent slippage on the way up, 50 cents down, 70 cents slippage in a $31 stock. It's at 5%.
Like at least 2%.
That one stunk, but you know, we've had so many good ones. This coin was incredible. Gave such a great entry. Yesterday, I bought 210 versus 206, and then I got to take some and then it opened up 234 right at this huge resistance area. I got to take half off at 230. So I bought 210. My stop is 206, so I had $4 risk. I sold in one day for $20, 5-1 in one day. Amazing trade, amazing setup. And now, if this thing, like now I'm just sitting. Now I'm good on the stock. I already booked half the trade, 5-1 risk. Now, if this thing wants to flag out and make a run for highs, I'm just sitting. I can set stops. I'm not tick trading. I don't really care about it. I think it looks amazing to test those highs. Just because this Bitcoin looks like it's just gonna rip through highs, and all these Bitcoin related names, MSTR, Riot. I guess they turned down a little bit today, but huge day ones yesterday. See if they follow through over the long term. And then I saw some callouts today. This First Solar, insane breakout. Yeah, and then this Powell was the other one today. Insane breakout. I didn't catch this. I was trimming that coin off the open. Missed that one. But you know, it's been a ton of great action, and we're continuing to ride this trend higher until we see this, at least this 5-day broken. Stick to the status quo. Don't over manage. Don't overdo anything right now. Just things look good. Simple as that. You know, we'll see what we get with these Nvidia earnings and these Fed minutes tomorrow. But you know, overall, it's like, you know, market's trending higher on a momentum front. If we pull back, let's say SPY pulls back, it's 531. Let's say it pulls back to 520. Absolute buying opportunity. What do they say? You buy the first pullback after a new high. And that's whatever pullback we get will be a first pullback after a new high, which you always want to buy in the trading theory books. So that's my take on the market. What you got for us over there, Big Doe?
All right, let's see. So again, very similar. Like even when I was highlighting in the newsletter this past weekend, where it's like, as long as you mentioned 520, some was down a little bit. But this again, you know, the SPY takes this power high out, and it's like, as long as we keep staying above this, you know, status quo. So we'll just move this down. Let's say 520.
Buy the first pullback after a new high.
Yeah. So the big thing again for me, I've been continuously keeping a close eye on the staples. Again, they were just the first sector to take out their 52-week highs, and they've been continuing to push higher. So just keeping a very close eye on the staples and what they've been doing. It seems like they've, you know, kind of been leading the charge sector-wise. You know, utilities still on fire. You know, again, a lot of the examples of the trades you've been talking about, it's like you were buying off of support or through technical areas and then raising your stops. And that's what we try to highlight, where these risk off areas, you know, if and when utilities rolls back over below this line, we should expect it to head lower. And these are like, well, when it comes to a swing trading standpoint, we look for these areas to, you know, limit our risk in the winners. And also when they're not winners, you get out of them as quickly as possible. Again, energy is still getting pretty beaten up here. You know, I was trying to see if it was going to consolidate and base out here, but it looks like it's going to just kind of drift back over and H back over back into the breakdown stage it's been in. But other than that, all the other sectors have looked, you know, very strong. You know, most sectors just climbing towards their 52-week highs or pushing through. Again, I've been keeping a very close eye on the telecom sector as I watch daily for this T-Mobile to finally break out of this massive base, you know, through this 165, 166 area just getting tighter and tighter. For myself, I had a couple trades this week. I'll go over them really quickly. So the first one that failed was this Ally. I was in this with Mike Gallo. We took this through 40. Had a great, kind of 2-day move. I know he was taking some profits up to this 41. I didn't. I just left the break even stop, and trade did not work. But this is where I was talking with one of the other members that they were in it, and they wanted to rebuy this 40 on the way down. And I was like, I'm out, like break even trade. I'm not chasing this, third day down back into that prior break level. So this is a break even trade. No problems with that one. NVIDIA, I got out of this one today. Like you said, it looks phenomenal. I would not be surprised if this takes out these all-time highs if they have, some good earnings tomorrow, which is shocking. But again, it's a coin flip. I'm not holding names into earnings. So it took the tiny gain here. Again, just bought it. I guess this is on like Tuesday.
Oh yeah, I was in that too.
So again, just took the profit today. Decent little trade. The big winner for me this past week has been this GTLB. So I was looking at this name off a support. Again, this looked almost like it would be a short, down through the support area. But we had these, 4 days, these 4 very tight inside days here. And, either it was going to, push higher through these inside days or push lower. So if it pushed lower, it would be an easy short like this ODFL that I believe Nathan is still in. So again, it was just hovering near support. I know he shorted this yesterday down to this 180, and we're getting that continuation lower. So great trade for him. And for the GTLB, again, similar chart setup, just kind of basing out near support. If it's going to break lower, to short. If it wants to break higher, just get a tight risk entry. So I took this one long up through 54 versus this 52. So $2 risk here. And just like your like coin trade, you're looking for that kind of retest those prior highs. I'm looking at something similar to the GTLB to retest this, $60 area of resistance in the short term. So I have, 2 stops here. Let me get rid of all these lines here. But 2 stops at the moment, one just tighter stop versus today's, low a day under this, 50, 58 area. And then one versus, a few days back, this little pivot here. So, 2 little stops here. It doesn't have earnings until, about 2 weeks from now. So plenty of time for this team to continue to try to grind its way higher into the 60 to 62 area. So that one's working pretty good. I also got into this Piper, PIPR today, but again, super thin name. So, buying this 215, this blue sky breakout for now, stops versus 210, which is very thin name, So other than that, let me see if I got anything else. We go over. Oh, so I just want to talk about this GME moment just for a moment or two. Again, this GME's, kind of back in the news with, I know you posted earlier about one of the Kennedys buying some.
Funniest shit ever. Come on, Can we talk about that a second?
Yeah.
He bought $24,000 worth of stock and saying, like, I'm coming after the big win.
Yes. Like 1,000 shares.
Shares at GameStop. What?
Like,
$24,000.
It's like you would buy 10,000 shares, and that would be, a normal trade. But yeah, so again, it's funny. I was talking with someone yesterday, a non-member, where they bought it at 55, and I'm like, "Oh, you're down 50% already?" And they're like, "Yep." And I was like, "You're not," but they bought 1 share, so it was like I couldn't beat up on them too bad, but it's just like you lost 50% in 4 days. It's so I feel like a lot of people are chasing back this name, thinking you're going to get that like meme stock run. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Once you have that big bubbly move that time, it's very hard for those stocks to ever exceed that move another time. So, God bless those chasing this GameStop name.
What about? I mean, a lot of funny stuff going on. So Roaring Kitty came back, and that propelled that huge gap up that it eventually sold off. And he's been posting memes and stuff. Never posted his face, never posted a video of this, but he definitely sold the account for probably like $5 million. Someone just faked being him so they could prop it up. They probably made like 20 mil on the trade. Yeah. But it was just all fugazi,
Yeah. That's where it's like it's like that's it's like if that's like the trick he's got, you can only do like it was smart for him to wait those many years to do it now. But it's like if he does it tomorrow, it's like each time this happens again, these new memes, it's going to carry less weight each time. So if you're trapped in this name, don't expect the next tweet to send this to 80. It's like everyone now who's in this name it's like this is now resistance. And you'll see that with a lot of these moves. Let me zoom out really quick.
Well,
Um,
I mean,
you continuously see like lower highs, and it's just everyone who's been trapped in this name is just creating, that downward pressure. So, crazy actually got to 60. But
I'm
uh
gonna say it's up like 700% in like a week. I mean, there's money to be made there for
yeah.
sure.
But it's like how do you it's like you have to be wildly
How do you
lucky.
do it?
Yeah.
You buy $20 of stock at 10 bucks. You spend 5 million buying Roaring Kitties account. All right. And then you make 600% on the 20 million you bought, and
There you go.
everyone else is
It's
pretty
it's
uh,
just like I don't know why people think trading is so hard. That's just all it takes. It's just
yeah, right.
$25 million and then you're good.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it. It's that guys, it's that simple. It's all you gotta do. What's AMC doing? Yeah.
I
That
saw a video of some like white chick who's clearly never done anything finance. It's like, hey guys, the AMC stock's at $5 right now. I just
uh,
read a report saying it's going to 2,000 a share. So I'm in this one. What are your thoughts on it? It's like, what?
it's like I have more better odds of growing a third arm than that happening.
Truthfully,
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, some people believe it though. But I'm trying to see if there's anything else to go over. Let's see. Let me run through some of the names in the big picture.
I got a bunch of stuff to.
Yeah, I mean, let me just run through these couple names and I'll pass it
Yeah,
back. So again, this T-Mobile throws 165, 166. Again, if I miss this trade, I'm gonna just, have to shave my head or something.
heard it here first.
Yeah,
Heard it here first. Put that
let's
up.
yeah, let's see. That's the main one. Let's see what this FitB now. FitB was another trade this week. Again, this was I mean, it was like a lunch money trade. This and Ally were like the two kind of break even, nothing trades, and then Nvidia and the GTLB were like the two winners. Uh, and this Breeze BRZE, we can see, a little base that's been forming. We can see, 44/45 has definitely been an area of prior resistance that was support. It's now acting as resistance again. So keep it on this breeze for, a little base breakout after earnings, which is about 2 weeks. So let me send this back to you, Shake. Any ideas you want to go over?
All right.
The
So I just did a quick scan. There's some chart setting up. I'm not looking to buy anything tomorrow in front of these Nvidia earnings, but something's setting up. This HASI, not really nice, strong. It's a REIT, but very strong momentum flag working there. We've seen these trades working really well. This GEV was a recent IPO. There was a lot of stock setting up. I remember this day, and this was just off my radar, and then it just absolutely ripped. Since then, it's turned this what is this 159 area into new support. Looks like it breaks these 165. This 165 area could make a new run for highs. This A Lab, I feel like it has a really good trade in it. Carly B, shouts out. He was mentioning how this looks like ARM, kind of before the big run. People forget ARM was an $80 stock not too long ago. So this one's setting up really well. I'm watching this. It's a crazy name to trade, so I want it to be. I would ideally like it set up really tightly below this, like 77.50 or whatever. But if you remember this ARM before that whole mess,
Mhm.
it was kind of just setting up, putting in higher lows. Right here, I remember we were trading this like crazy, 70, 72, blah blah blah, and then it just got taken out with and then this action looks like it was nothing when it was still such a crazy name back then. So this A Lab could be a nice little setup, nice weekly chart, huge wedge. Name has some real high octane power. This Crystal, this biotech, really nice action here. I'll tell you what I like so much about it. Obvious base, right? Maybe inverse head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder type action. But then the last 5 days, it's gotten really tight below level. So you can buy through this area, set your stop below this area, and potentially be in the trade. That's this whole base break that would, ideally retest these highs. BLKB still setting up, slower mover. I think some guys are in this. Just grinding higher. Really nice action there. RKT, another Carly B special. I saw this one had a nice little inside day. Sneakily huge base that it's working on within a Yeah, this base is it's a big resistance level. This up by $15. Huge, heavily shorted name. I would love to see it like tighten up really, really, really well underneath the 15. Who knows what we'll get it, but keep an eye out. Root, and remember we talked about this Powell. Powell was sick. Root earnings were pretty much just as good as this Powell. This thing is just surfing the 50-day down here, holding this little, support area. I'd love to see it maybe give a support buy up through this maybe 61-ish. Gonna keep an eye on that one. I think this one has a lot. I think it can retest these highs pretty easily. They had something like 300% year-over-year growth, revenue growth or some. And then Toasty Toast, my boy got a downgrade today. But you look on a weekly chart. And this thing is still setting up really, really well. This like 26-inch area, 26.
Like what?
Yeah, 26 resistance area. And it's just setting up. We've been maybe too focused on it, and it just needs to set up a lot more. Realistically, if it flags for 2 weeks and then takes out that 20-day, this is not a setup I'll forget about. I think it's got a lot of power behind it, and looks pretty good. So besides that, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff setting up. There's some sick action, God, this MNDY. I didn't think this thing was ready yet. I have it on a watch list because gapped up on earnings, going sideways, all healthy action. Look at this 5-minute chart today. It takes out these intraday highs. You buy through this intraday high, 228 against 226. Look at this thing. 224, 5-minute went straight up all day. So that's the kind of underlying strength there is under the hood if you're really searching for the best name. So if you're sitting there complaining about the market, stop it and do some research.
With you on that.
But that's all I got. I think the market looks good. We got some event risk with Nvidia on Fed minutes Wednesday. We got PCE Friday, another inflationary measure. That as long as that comes in line, we should be good to continue higher. But we'll see what we get. Fed minutes and Nvidia tomorrow. Other than that, that's all I got. Anything else?
So you mentioned Carl. I'm thinking we're doing a little TE racing day on Memorial Day on Monday. So for
Nice.
Carl, I know Jake is nearby, so I'll text these guys anyways. But if anyone wants to go racing on Monday in New York, shoot me a text. I'll send you the information for that. And then next Saturday, we're doing a TE meetup at my house in Wyckoff.
Nice.
Maybe we'll fly shakeout. I know you're not coming.
What is it? Memorial Day?
No, following weekend, June 1st.
Gotcha.
Confusing everyone. I'm like Memorial Day weekend party, but a week after.
Yeah.
Everyone always has plans for Memorial Day, so it's like, okay, have that excuse.
Honestly, yeah.
And then you say that, and I'm like, okay, cool. It's next weekend. And they're like, oh,
now you got no excuse.
Yeah. And I'm like, now what? So trying to get Frankie to come, but I know he's in Brooklyn, so I know it's also kind of a trek to get him out here. But I know Higgins is coming.
Gotta have Frankie and Higgins crush a few beers together and realize they're the same exact person. Just one's a Jersey form and one's a Brooklyn form. They're both these strong-willed Italians. They would love each other if they knew each other.
Yeah. I mean, Higgins is gonna bring his interesting one he always brings. Maybe we'll get Frankie to bring some pies or two. But I gotta text Frankie and see if he'll actually make the trip out here.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. That's all I got.
Right.
Also, the last thing. I was reading the answers of the surveys, and one of them was hilarious. Where and we've stopped doing this for many years, but we used to I used to roast people on Instagram of their dumb trading ideas.
Don't put me in that.
No, well, I said it. I did it. I didn't say we.
I'm be at the pearly gates with a clean conscience. I'm gonna get right at those gates,
Yeah, that was always all me. Shake made me stop doing it. But it was like, what was your deciding factor of joining trading? So that was one of the questions. And one of the answers was because you used to roast people on Instagram stories of their dumb trading ideas. And I'm like, do I bring that back? But no, because then I have to just talk to a bunch of idiots all day long, and I'd rather not. So, but it was that was one of the funnier responses that we've gotten so far. So I'll just go through the rest. But
it's good. It's good.
That was funny.
All right. Well, you know what I'm gonna say here, guys. Give me a subscribe, give me some questions. It's for y'all. All right. So without further ado, to wrap this thing up, we'll catch you guys next week.
All right.
If you think you're going to get rich overnight trading, we're not for you. If you don't want to read daily or weekly to improve upon yourself, we're not for you. If you're not interested in saving weekly and building your accounts for the long term, we're not for you. If you're not looking to improve yourself daily, we're not for you. If you do want to build wealth for the long term, read weekly, save weekly, do all the right things for the long game, then we might be for you.